In September 2020, GoPro announced not only the GoPro Hero 9, but a new mod. This is the Max Lens mod. It comes in this nice protective case, and you apply it by twisting off the front filter of the Hero 9 and replacing it with this lens. So we've been using the Max Lens mod for the last 2 months, and we really like it. We have 6 pros in particular that we want to talk about, but we also have 3 cons, or things that aren't so great about this lens. It's so great! It feels so good! I was really feeling trapped in the city. And this is just, everything feels right now.
Let's see what the first thing the baby sees.
We're born! We're
Yeah.
born again!
It is like a religious experience to see what you were seeing back then, but instead of a hospital you see Sedona. The first thing that is really good about this lens is its 155-degree wide angle, which is the widest the GoPro can be. And after testing out in different environments like desert and the mountains and hiking and driving, we found out that it's really good at capturing your environment. It does it in a beautiful way. You just put it on and you forget about it, and it will just capture everything around you. And with 2 people like us normally trying to film ourselves, it's really helpful. It's dangerous, this part. I can't quite get a central position because it's steep and slippery, but I'm very close.
The other really great thing about this Max Lens mod is that it gives you the smoothest footage you can possibly get out of a GoPro. The Hero 9 already comes with the 3rd version of Hypersmooth, which is its built-in stabilization, which basically means you don't even need a gimbal to shoot with a GoPro anymore. But if you want even better stabilization, then you have to use this Max Lens mod. And to go along with that, there's also Horizon Lock, which is only available if you use the Max Lens mod. So if you use Horizon Lock, you can basically be shifting the GoPro upside down, you can be going in any direction, but the picture that you see on the camera is gonna make it look like it's super steady, like you're not moving at all.
All those features also carry over to the time warp, which is really nice because time warp is actually a really handy feature, and it's good to have it so wide and so stable and so leveled. It's the best it can get with this mod, and we actually find ourselves using the time warp very much.
We use time warp mostly for driving shots or if you're doing like long hikes and you don't want to show 30 minutes of just hiking and you want to speed it up. That's a really good case to use time warp.
Unlike the medium mod, this mod does not stop your GoPro from being waterproof. So just like the GoPro itself, it can go into water up to 5 meters deep and you don't have to worry about it. Maybe a little drawback can be that when you have that addition to the mod, you have to screw it in, and that's known to cause fogging on previous models. So we hope they have fixed that, but we haven't been able to test it. Now the first con is that it downgrades your footage to 2.7K maximum, and we like to shoot everything in 4K and we don't like to lose that quality. But with that said, we have been fusing it into our 4K videos and it looks quite good. It is somewhat noticeable, but barely. That's not that big of a deal, but it is a downgrade. But on the flip side, it does not reduce your frames per rate, so you can continue shooting your 60p as well, which allows you to slow things down a bit if you'd like to.
The next con is that this Max Lens mod at the time only works with the GoPro Hero 9. It doesn't work with any of the previous GoPro models, and we're not even sure then if it's going to work with the next upcoming GoPros. So that is a big question mark if you choose to buy the lens.
Yeah, we really like the way the GoPro is developing this system, which you buy a core module, then you get the additional modules, you start putting on like media mods, make it good for vlogging, wide angle mod, very good for action and things like that. Now what we need to see from GoPro is some stability so that our purchases and investments carry forward, so that we don't have to rebuy everything every single time, which has been the case for the last 3 models. So stability now would be the best thing GoPro can do for us.
And speaking of buying things, the last con is the price. This mod is $100, which is pretty pricey for the mod. I think even the media mod costs less than this lens does. And it's also really hard to get a hold of. At the time, it's out of stock, and it's constantly been in and out of stock. So if you want one, you really have to pay attention to GoPro's website, which I think is the only place you can buy this lens, and just be in line whenever they have a new stock of lenses. We were not sure at first if it was going to be worth the $100 purchase, but since we are a 2-person vlogging team and that we go outside and we like to show our environment around us as we're hiking and doing things outdoors, this lens has been super helpful, and now we can't imagine going anywhere without it. So that's all we have for you. Let us know in the comments if you've tried out the Max Lens mod or if you're trying to get a hold of one and what you think about it. And we will see you in the next video.